Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you today? It is Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. Right now, I'm a little shocked it's like that close to being the end of November. Um, I'm not sure how this year has already flown by, but it has. So here we are, the last 2 days, not even 2 full days left yet in November, and then we have one more month, and 2024 will be upon us. That's both good and bad, of course. Time passing is not a bad thing, but when you want to do other things with your time, then it's not a grand thing either, but that's okay. So today we're going to do the last of our Christmas items, but instead of doing cards today, we're going to do gift tags because at this point, you hopefully have your cards made or at least wanting to, or, have them ready to go. Um, Not needing to design for them anymore and the whole 9 yards. And if you still do need to design for them, there's plenty of videos that are already on my YouTube and my Facebook since I streamed both at the same time with lots of ideas using Stampin' Up! Products, of course. So today we're going to do large gift tags to make those presents look really awesome and pretty. But before we do, let's talk a little bit about something that came in the mail on Monday. Made me a happy, happy girl. Let me make it bigger. This is the Celebration catalog that is going to go live in January for customers. Us demonstrators, of course, get to take advantage of Celebration 1 month earlier as well. And if that's something you want to do, please talk to me because I can definitely help you know how to take advantage of that ahead of time. I can't open it, but I can show you the front. And that is, of course, from January 4th through February 29th, because the 2024 year is a leap year. I may have to figure out some kind of card to celebrate leap year with. That ought to be fun and interesting. Anyways, it's a leap year, so we're going to have 29 days in February this year. All right, and then this, of course, is the actual catalog, the January to April 2024 catalog. And I do have this bundle already. It is not a suite, but it is a bundle. And obviously it involves some sweets. I really love the cherries and the strawberries. There's dies as well as stamps for those. And of course, they've turned this ice cream cone into a bit of a drinking apparatus with a straw. And then as you can see here, they've die cut the shape out of this to expose some balloons and a cake behind it. So that just lets you know there's all kinds of awesome things inside here to celebrate with. So I can't show you the inside on video, but if you happen to be local to the Pueblo area, first of all, I do have a class going on tomorrow night at Ethos from 5:30 to 7:30, where we're going to be playing with the Trucking Along bundle and making 8 cards total, I believe it is. Yeah. And those are going to be fun. And you can come down. I will have these with me, and you can browse through them to your heart's content because they are exciting. I'm very happy to finally have these in my hands. It's really nice having the PDFs, but it's even better having the physical copies. And I wish I could open them for you, but I will not be able to do that on camera until they go live on January 4th. All right. So this is quite a pile of goodies that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using this stamp set, the Mary's Trees, which is a bundle. And I believe it is a retiring one. I'm going to really just be using this stamp, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to be using from the, I don't remember what this one's called. Naughty me. Anyways, I'm going to be using this one die from this die set. I will be using this from this triple punch. I'll be using the snowflake punch, which is retiring. I'll be using the bear punch, which is retiring. And of course, I will be using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, which I suspect will not be retiring, but is certainly in the annual catalog. So if it is retiring, it won't be until, months down the road. So for that, we can be happy. All right. Now we are going to be using the Walk in the Forest paper, designer paper. It was on page 5 of the mini catalog that goes from September through December. And it was the special Making a Difference item for this catalog. So every mini catalog, there is a Making a Difference item. And for this one, it was the Walk in the Forest paper. It's 12 by 12 paper. Prints 6 different double-sided designs, so a total of 12 designs, and 2 of each sheet, which makes it extra awesome. Not sure why that went. We prefer it this way. Okay, let's keep it that way. All right. So basically $3 from the $12.50 purchase of this, of every single one until the end of the catalog, will be going to a charitable organization. I believe in the US, it's going to Toys for Tots. But in each market, it's going to a specific agency that helps people in their community. And so there is still, this is definitely in stock. It's not even low inventory. But I would, if you want it, get on it, make a purchase, and it's item number 162377. And if you use the host code below and your purchase is over $35 before shipping and taxes, you'll get today's class make and take sent to you for free in the mail. But yeah, so the papers, we've already, I think 4 or 5 of them have already sold out, will not be coming back. One of them sold out like near the beginning of November, and actually it sold out a lot. Every time we got it back in stock, you know, it was out within a day or two, if not sooner. So in the beginning, they couldn't even keep it in for more than a few hours, and then it was out of stock again and had to wait for the next order to come in. I think they reordered it 4 or 5 times, and that last time it might have been around for 2 or 3 days, and that was it. Literally, this went out of stock before it became available to customers to purchase. It was that popular, and that was the All About Autumn paper, which I love. It is so pretty. So we also have the Oh Holy Night paper is gone, along with Shining Brightly was just the specialty paper for that suite. We have the Joy of Noel, I think is what it's called, which goes with one of the papers I'm using in today's class, which, let me see, I have it right here, is the oops, the Joyful paper. That one is still available, but the Joy of Noel, the regular designer series paper, it's gone. And then, gosh, was there another one? I know the Merry and Bright paper is low inventory, so if that's something of interest to you, you want to go ahead and get that. In addition to that, the stamp set Above It All with the tram is also low inventory. So once things are gone, they are gone, unfortunately. But right now, this is not even low inventory, so I would stock up on it if it's something you like. And it is so cute. I love all of the designs that come with it. So we're going to be using several different sheets of this paper. For this one, we are punching these lovely bears, and we are fussy cutting some different trees. I've already done the work for us today just because I didn't want to take all the time. On this one, mostly I'm using the circle punch and cutting out this bear, doing a little walk, and actually this bear. So I did that bear up here and up here, and then I used this for another bit that I don't think I put on the card here today, but I did use that as well. So we that page, on the back of that page is this. We're not using that. And on the back of this page is these trees. We're not using that. We are using the snowflake page, and then on the back of it is all these fun little trees. And we are using this holly spread page, and on the back of that are these pine boughs. We are also using these Christmas trees, and the back of that are these stripes, which are all kinds of fun. We did not happen to use this page. I think that's the only page in the set of paper that we did not use for today's class. And then in addition to that, we did use this paper from the Shining Brightly, not Shining Brightly, the Joyful paper. So that's the papers and all kinds of fun. But before we fully get into it, let's discuss really briefly. I made a card today for a friend's birthday, and I'm going to be giving it to her tonight. And I'm really excited about it, using some of that new product from that new catalog, the Perennial Lavender Suite, as well as some of the paper from the Nature Sweetness Suite. And I had so much fun with it, making this joyful card. And on the inside, it looks like that. I've spaced to leave a message here. And it's just a really beautiful card that I am just in love with. This paper, so the shiny bits are from the Nature Sweetness. So this one and this one are from the Nature Sweetness Suite paper. And then the rest are from the Perennial Lavender Suite, as well as the stamps and the dies to make this cut with a postage stamp are also from that suite. So beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's see what we're going to do today. We're going to make tags. Normally we make 3 different cards, and the make and takes are 2 each of those 3 cards, all the paper, ribbons, and things. So we're making 3 different tags, and you'll get all of the make and takes to make 2 each of those tags as well. So this is the first tag that we're going to make. So you can see these are nice and big. You can also add a little, to from thing up here, if you have one of those stamp sets and put it on a different die cut, you can attach it to it, or you can have it separate. But this is just lots of fun. I use that Designer Series paper, and I put these 2 items up on dimensionals, and used that ribbon to just make it extra special. On the back, it's just cardstock, but if you want, you can put some white cardstock on the back. In this case, paper is light enough that you could write on the back in this one. But if it's not light enough or to your liking, you can put white cardstock on the back and do that as well. Not required though. So we're going to get the items we need for that. And I used the Polar Bear Punch to cut out my bear. And then I fussy cut this beautiful tree in the Pretty Peacock shade. And so I'm just going to put some dimensionals on those. Actually, before I get too far onto that, let me go ahead and stamp in Shaded Spruce my sentiment. And then we're going to fussy cut that out. I know fussy cutting can be tedious, but it's actually not that bad. And it really looks fun and cute when you do it. So that's why I like it. Make sure I have enough ink on there. And then I'm just going to get it right in there. And just like that. Close this up because I'm not going to need the Shaded Spruce anymore. All right. And then I'm going to get my snips. And I'm just going to start doing my fussy cutting. So I'm just kind of going in and around. And again, I'm not really moving the scissors. I'm moving the paper. And so when I need to go out, I turn it that way. When I need to come back in, I turn it in, out a little bit. And I just kind of balance it right there on that cutting point. I'm just doing little cuts until I need to pause to re-angle. And we're going to do that for the sentiment on all of the cards. All right. And these are not difficult to fussy cut. So I'm going to get my seal, my Stampin' Seal out, and put some adhesive down on that. And I'm going to kind of line it up about in the center of this tree. just like that. And then I'll go back to putting dimensionals on. It's just a little bit easier to do the adhesive down when you don't have all the dimensionals on it. All right, so then I'm going to take the backings off of these dimensionals. Oh, but before we go, you see I'm getting ahead of myself here. I need to put some adhesive, my seal on the back of my designer series paper. All right, so while I'm doing this, in order to get those make and takes, you'll need to use the host code that is basically down. Let me see if I can do it here. Not very easily. Right down there. It's scrolling. It's also in the description. So you would use that link, takes you right to my website with that host code already in place to make your purchase. Your purchase needs to be $35 or more before shipping and taxes. And when your purchase is that much, then I will, assuming you've allowed me to see your address and all that fun stuff, I will send you all the paper products and ribbon products. You'll need to provide your own stamps and adhesive, and then I'll send you the ribbon and the paper. You'll need to do your own fussy cutting. I'm not going to do all that for you, but I will pre-punch the bears. Oops, I didn't want to put that up there. I forgot. All right. I'm not going to cut the trees and stuff for you, but I will pre-punch the bears for you. I'll be nice that way. All right. And then I'm going to place this about here, kind of centering it. And I barely set it down, which is why I'm able to just lift it back off again like that. And then I want the bear just kind of like roaming down here. And then I'm going to need to use this punch. I'm going to place my cardstock between there. And I'm kind of making an evenish between on the outside edges. And then I'm going to press down, and that gives me this lovely little place to run my tag through. I've already pre-cut my ribbon. So on this one, I'm just using the Balmy Blue Sparkle ribbon from the Berry Christmas Suite. And then I'll be using the Iridescent Pearlized White ribbon, which is from a different suite. I wish I remembered which one right now, but it's escaping me. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to make a knot. I'm bringing it all the way down here, running it around this way, and pushing it through so I can get my fingers on it. I'm making it semi-tight, but not all the way tight. I'm going to push it down as far as I can get it down. That sparkling ribbon really likes to hang on to it really good, which makes it a little bit difficult to get it down, but it manages. So there is our first tag. And that will look fantastic on your presents with all of that big boldness. I'm looking forward to putting those on some presents. So our second tag that we're going to do is going to look like this when we're done. And we have all the little bits for it here. And it's actually got 3 different ribbons, as does the last one. And some of that designer paper. And this is where I was using the Joyful paper. And I'm still using Balmy Blue as my base. And the other thing you get when you get the make and takes for this by making that purchase of $35 or more is you will get a PDF with all the cutting instructions. So, you know, if 6 tags aren't enough, you'll be able to make a ton more by purchasing your own product and or, you know, taking my designs and changing them up with product you already have. And then you would be able to have all the cutting instructions for how I put these together and make a bunch more on your own. So I'm just placing that down on there. And then for this one, I'm going to use the Sparkling Snowflake punch, which is a tag topper punch. And I got, this is about 2 inches because that's what fits right down there. And I make sure I've got it up pretty good. And then I'm going to press and get all the little extra bits out. And that leaves me with that beautiful bit right there. This is going to line up with the bottom of that paper and centered. And so in order to get that on, I just need to put some more seal down on it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to center it down here on the very bottom first because I want it in line with the very bottom more than in line with the top. And yep, I am happy with that. All right, so for this, I've already pre-cut from Cherry Cobbler this lovely circle. And this I used the punch for. I just got the paper to where I wanted it, lined it up, and punched it down. And then I'm going to put some seal adhesive on the back of that, center it up on my circle. Just like that. These are, again, fast and easy. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this, because who doesn't like adding dimension to their projects? I love the look you get when you add that dimension to it. So I'm just going to set that aside for the moment. And then for this, I'm going to stamp. This time I need it in Cherry Cobbler, so I need to clean my stamp. I'm going to use my Stampin' Chamois. I know it does not look clean, but that's just staining. It's actually very clean. I run this under water until it doesn't press out any more ink. It's just clear water that comes out of it. So I'm going to get my Cherry Cobbler out, and I actually need 2 of these. So I'm just going to do both of them on this sheet. One there. And I only need 1 for this one, but I do need another one in the same color for the other one. Then I can put my ink away. I won't have to worry about making a giant mess. All right, so I'm going to fussy cut them both because I do need them both. The nice thing for you is, aside from the fussy cutting, you will have things pre-cut and ready to go when you get those make and takes. And you'll also have the video at your disposal in case you didn't quite remember how things went together, or maybe some of my instructions were a little confusing or whatever. I try to make them as unconfusing as possible, but sometimes it's just nice to have a video showing how it goes together. Frequently, even when I have written directions, if I know there's a good video out there showing how to put things together, I'm still watching the video, getting my items taken care of. All right, there we go. I'll cut the other one out with the other. And then I just have this scrap piece of Cherry Cobbler, so I'm going to glue it down to that. There we go. And then I'm going to fussy cut around this. I definitely want a nice border of that Cherry Cobbler coming out. Now, the other thing you could do if you didn't want to do double duty on the fussy cutting is you could just, carefully put the edges in an ink pad using Cherry Cobbler, or you could get your Stampin' Write markers or your blends and use the edge of your brush tip to add some shade to the outside white paper. That would work as well. I know some people use their blending brushes to add a little bit of color to it so it's not quite as white. So if that's something that you would like, then of course you should do that. And I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this as well. Doesn't need many. All right, we're going to take the backings off of those. And I like to have them all ready to go so that I can kind of decide exactly how I want to put it down when I have it in front of me. So I want my little guy about there, and yeah, that can go there. This I need to go over just a teeny bit so it's a little more even side to side. There, that makes me happy. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get our little edge tag up here. I'm going to push it all the way back to the place where it stops you. I'm going to have about the same amount sticking out on either side. Press it down, and then I've got my base ready to go. For the 2 ribbons, this is the silver and white sheer ribbon. This is continuing. I'm not sure if it will be online or if it'll be offline until it appears in the next catalog it's supposed to be in. We don't know if it's going to be in the next annual catalog or the next fall and winter catalog, but it will definitely be showing back up, even if it does go away at the end of December, beginning of January. The blue is going to be retiring, as is the iridescent ribbon. Those will be retiring. I'm just kind of getting them about even with each other. And it's just so fun having all that ribbon. So because there's extra ribbon, I definitely want a long enough piece here to make sure I can get a good knot to hold it together. And I'm just taking it underneath these pieces and bringing it over the top, doing a basic square knot, bringing it down, and then pushing it down before I have it fully tightened down. Once I have it down far enough, then I'm going to give it a good tight bit. And there we have our second tag. And that is so cute with the bear and the wishing you a Merry Christmas and the pretty shiny paper on that gorgeous holly as well. Our last one is going to involve the same ribbons and a little tree. We're going to use the same sentiment and the bear. So we're going to get our pieces out here. And the first thing I'm going to do, since I don't need this, since I already got one here, I'll go ahead and fussy cut what I stamped earlier. And of course, you know, talking while you're fussing cutting is not always the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. You know, the important thing and hard one for me to remember is when you're fussy cutting, don't do the, you know, that's what I actually get in trouble for, is the tongue out the side of my mouth. My sister finds it hilarious every time. And let me know if you do that too, because I know I'm not the only one that ends up, when you're hyper focused on a physical thing, that tongue always goes to the side of my mouth, outside in the corner, while I focus and concentrate. There we go. That one is ready. So I'm going to create a snowbank out of this strip of white. I've already got it started because unfortunately this thumb is not doing so good today. So I just took a little piece of the scissors and made a little bit of a cut. And I'm not being very particular or careful. I'm just kind of going up and down. You know, sometimes I want to go a little deep and sometimes I want to not be so deep, more shallow, and just make a little snowbank. And then I decide, do I want it on that side or do I want it on that side? I think I do want it the other way. So I'm going to go ahead and place adhesive on the back side. And I'm going to line it up on the base of this designer series paper with the snowflakes in the corner really good, and the base really good in the other corner. Beautiful. Now I need some Stampin' Seal on the back of this designer series paper. And we're going to line it up just like we would a regular card, looking at the 3 corners and sides right there, and then kind of laying it gently down, but moving it as needed until we feel like we've got a good, nice match. Okay, so these 3 are going to go up on dimensionals. So I'll get my dimensionals out and then we'll start applying. And about 3 each seems to be quite sufficient for these. So where it gets a little wider, that's where I put 2. And there we go. That's it for the dimensionals. Yay. I'm going to take the backings off. It's so hard to believe we have almost completed all of these tags. They're so fun. And they are going to make any present look even more fantastic to have this big tag on it, you know, for your recipient. So just along the snowbank on the base here, I'm going to have my little guy walking along, and he's heading towards the tree, which is hanging out over here on this bank, about even as far as the ground level. And then this one, I could bring it up just a little bit higher, about there, kind of like making a little triangle. And then we're going to take and place this into our punch one last time. And it's going to be a little bit fun because this one, it won't go through the tree, but because the tree is on there, it's like, that's a little, it's because it's on dimensionals. It didn't want to fit the tree in there. So you can do that before you do it, but it worked just fine anyways. All right, now there's my last piece of ribbon. So once again, I've already pre-cut the ribbon. I'm going to do it exactly the same as I did on the last tag. I'm going to put the blue on the outside and the silver and sheer on the inside. I'm so happy that that one is going to be continuing on because I love that one. The other one, one of the other ones that's continuing on is the navy with gold organdy. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And now that the white organdy with gold flecks is gone, it's at least going to replace that. And I know the white one actually replaced the black organdy. So maybe there'll be other ones coming in the near future. That would be fun. Okay, so I'm about even, and once again, I'm going to cut a nice chunk of the iridescent so that I have enough to make my little knot around it. I'm going to just start the knot and get it going. And when I have it in a good spot, then I'll push it down. Oops. Yeah, this time it's not wanting. Let's get it right. You go through. There we go. All right. And then we're going to press, you know, we're pulling this up and pressing that down, and then we give it a nice good squeeze, a nice tight one. And so there we are. Those are the last set of gift tags, and they are so nice. They're going to fit very beautifully on a package and make it look so special, especially since it was handmade. And this is going to be the last Christmas items we're going to do this year, but they are super fun for sure. So there is the 3 tags. I'm just going to put this over the top of that just so you can see them all. Actually, let's do it this way. There we go. So you will get all the supplies to make all 6 of these. You just need to provide your adhesive, your inks, your stamps, your punches. Well, you won't need to provide the punches because I'll have pre-punched these and these. You'll need to do some fussy cutting on these and these. The bears will be pre-punched. These specific bears will be punched. But I mean, it's pretty fun and it's gonna make your presents like va va boom. I'm excited. Next week we are definitely going to be doing the modern garden. And then we're gonna do the magical meadow because that paper is carrying over. It makes me happy. But this is the one that is on offer this week. I will be doing something special with this paper and stuff on Sunday, something more dressy and fancy. I don't know if it'll be gift tag or maybe it'll be a 3D item where you can put some fun goodies inside of it. That might be fun to do. But we're going to figure out something for Sunday's extra class. And at any time between now and Tuesday night, or actually, as of midnight last night, beginning of this day, until Tuesday at midnight, then you make that $35 order using the host code that's scrolling across the screen or in the description. $35 before shipping and taxes. Then I will send you all of the paper products and ribbons to make all 6 of these large gift tags. They're so fun. Lots and lots of fun. So I'm Michelle Barnes. I think I forgot to introduce myself. But anyways, I'm Michelle. I own Harmony Stamps with Michelle, which is where you're watching my videos, either on Facebook or YouTube, maybe both. And if you are and you like what you see, please let me know. Either, throw me a like or a heart or give me some kind of idea that you're enjoying what you're seeing. You can leave me a comment. You can tell me which one you prefer. You can make suggestions about what you would love to see, and also subscribe on YouTube if you're having to be watching on YouTube. That way, when I do go live or I upload a video, then you'll get some notifications, especially if you hit that notification bell. But I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and all the products I've been using are Stampin' Up! Products. And if they're not Stampin' Up! Products, I'll be sure and let you know on that too. But generally speaking, what I'm using is Stampin' Up! Products. I think there was one video where I used this waffle mat, which is pretty fun. Not Stampin' Up!, but hopefully Stampin' Up! Will come out with something comparable at some point because I love it. It made working with stuff a lot easier. So hopefully you've had an amazing day today already and are going to continue having one the rest of the week. We have one more day in November, so enjoy it. And then December's here and all the crazy just is going to get more crazy up until the 25th. Although for me, it's going to get crazy a little earlier and a little later too, because I have family members with birthdays both before and after Christmas. And I don't know about you, but any of my family members that have birthdays in December, they tend to not be happy if you celebrate their birthday and Christmas all together in one present. So I do try and, shift it up a bit and make sure they get something for each. And that I'll be doing certainly on the 7th for my daughter's birthday. And then, of course, on the 29th for my sister. Anyways, have a fantastic day, and I will see you on Sunday, if not before. Oh, don't forget, if you are in Pueblo and are interested, I am running my Trucking Along class tomorrow night at the Ethos. It's $35, and you need to go to the Ethos Pueblo and register for the class at that point. Have a great day.